Hello there my YouTube friends and fans, welcome back to No Man's Sky. Oh my god, has it really been 2 days since I've last posted my last No Man's Sky video? Crazy, isn't it? I just landed in a new system and I went to the space station to upgrade my exosuit with one more slot. Because you can always do that on every new space station. And then I'm also gonna go and look around and see if I can hire some people, because I still have to hire some people for my base. And then I'm gonna see if I can maybe visit 1 or 2 planets in this new system before I move on with other things that I still have to do. And so here I am just talking to all those people. And by the way, I never knew, or maybe I just got that, I never knew that you could go into those back rooms in the space stations, because when I tried, when I was new to this game, the doors didn't open, and I'm like, oh, why can't you go through those doors? So I don't know if I didn't stand there long enough, because I've noticed that those doors are not opening up right away. You kind of have to literally like bump your nose into them for them to open up, and maybe that's the case, or maybe this is just something that's now available when you're a little bit farther into the story. So I'm so excited that in every space station I'll have 2 more rooms that I can get into that I thought I couldn't go in before. And there's all those people you can talk to, and there's some goodies to pick up here too, like this nanite station, for example, right here. And also navigation data, which you also find elsewhere in the space station, but it's just 1 extra or 2 extra that you can find back here. And I'm always talking to everyone, and I talked to this guy, and then I realized he's actually an overseer, and I already have an overseer, but you cannot really stop this whole, you have to read through all that and decline, and then they're all, upset that you don't hire them. But hey, I can't do anything about it. I don't need 2 overseers, but here we go. And then there's the navigation data, and there's actually 2 right here, which is awesome. So the reason I haven't made a video in 2 days is because I just, was like, do I want to make a video from that? I'm just like running around collecting stuff. That's super boring for anyone to watch, even people that don't play this game. I want to make it so it's at least something interesting or something helpful to anyone else watching this. And I have actually something really, really awesome that I discovered. And it's actually this moon. And I've already told you before that moons are usually good, or at least in my experience, the moons usually have really good stuff, or are pretty, compared to a lot of planets that can be a super disappointment because they're just awful to go to. I mean, they're still interesting, but you wouldn't want to live there or spend too much time there. It's just not a good, friendly environment. So I'm landing on this planet here that looked really dark from far away, but it was because it's night right there and the sun is behind this moon. And so you couldn't really see what it was all about from far away, but as soon as I get close here, look at this. Those beautiful purple trees, and there's a ton of bubbles floating around, small ones and big ones, and I don't even know what they're about because I've never seen anything like this on any other planet. So this looks really interesting and I definitely want to check it out. I'm just flying around to see if there's anything like a building, and as soon as I think about that, I actually see this little landing pad there, and I'm like, yay! Because a lot of times I can fly on the surface of a planet forever and ever and ever, not finding anything until I actually kind of do a search for it. And here I'm pretty lucky right away, and you can see now on to 14. I don't know if I said that correctly, but something like that. It's hard to pronounce. And then we have those those are animals, those rolling green balls, or creatures. They're living creatures. Like to the left, see that? They are so funny. How fun is that? I absolutely love it. It looks so amazing. And then finally day rolls around and I see this like marker back there. When I scan, it says salvage container, and I'm like, that's weird. I've never heard of a salvage container before in those over 100 hours that I played and how many, I don't know, 30 planets I visited. I don't know what that is. That's something new. I gotta go and check it out. And by the way, there are absolutely no storms on this planet and no aggressive animals. And the temperature seems to be normal, even though for us humans right now, if we look at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, that would be insanely hot. But this is, you know, in the future, I assume. And I'm in a suit, so this doesn't seem to bother me at all. I don't even get the alarm that constantly reminds me to regulate my temperature. I'm just like, you know, it's like this is definitely seems to be like being somewhere on Earth, but on a fun part, in a fun part of Earth. Like, it seems to me, it feels like a birthday party is about to happen here with all those bubbles and fun rolling balls and, you know, fun colors. It is a really fun planet, and I'm thinking the whole time, is that going to be another planet to build my base here? It really looks like this is a place that I want to come visit a lot, especially because I've realized that this planet has an abundance of different materials, an abundance of treasures, knowledge stones, buildings, you name it, everything. You can literally walk 2 steps and you find something, you walk 2 more steps and you find something else. While on other planets you can sometimes even travel with your, you know, car forever and ever and ever and not run into anything for miles and miles and miles. And here it's literally, it's overwhelming how much stuff there is. And I just learned that the salvage container that I want to go and check out is actually on top of this hill, but this hill is not one of those normal hills where you can just kind of walk up or jump up on. It's almost like a fort. You have to kind of dig your way up on top of the hill. There's no other way to get out unless you can like fly on top with your spaceship. But I don't have my spaceship with me right now, so this has to do. And it actually works. And I see this thing up there. I'm like, what is this? Is this the space station? That's like super close. Look at how close it is. Yeah, it is the space station. I've never been on a planet where the space station was that close. That is crazy. So here we are. I am very, very excited to actually dig this out and see what is this. So I'm like, whoa, I've never seen this before. What is this? It looks like it's a protected container that I somehow have to damage. Okay, that worked. And of course there's sentinels all of a sudden showing up. I did not see any sentinels on this planet until I did this. So now we know there are sentinels, but they only came around because I'm destroying one of those containers that's probably theirs. But hey, I found it, so it's mine now. And this is the very, very first container I find, so I'm not really quite sure yet how to open this thing up, so I'm just going one by one, and it seems like it worked, and I got something out of it. So now I just want to get away from the sentinels. But those sentinels really don't seem to be aggressive. They didn't even shoot at me. They kind of just looked and kind of warned me. And now they're already gone. Look at that. They're not even following me or anything. They're not aggressive at all. So another thing on this planet that's amazing. No aggressive sentinels. They're there, but they only come in rare occasions. And only if you like touch something that they consider is theirs. So I know now that I am good. They're not chasing me. They're not hunting me. They're not shooting me. So I can finally check out what I actually got from this salvage container. I got a tarnished inlet for almost 300,000 units. And I'm like, wow. I'm going to have to go and find more of those things. That's easy money right there. So of course I'm like, oh, is there more? There has to be more. Come on. And shortly after I find another one and I go and look at it and I'm thinking, well, you know, they're probably not all worth that much. Let's just see. Maybe I was just lucky. I go and dig this one out. And this time there's not a single sentinel coming at me. I don't know where they are, but apparently they don't care this time that I take this. So good for me. I got another one of those materials that looks similar, but let's look at the value of it. 255,000, 256,000 actually. So I just made $500,000 in like less than 10 minutes, or about roughly 10 minutes. So if I find more of those, I soon be a billionaire, right? So I go on, and I find more and more of those salvage containers. Some of them are actually sticking out the ground, like this one. And this time with sentinels again, but you will see it's totally worth it because I get a super rare item, high-tech hydraulics. And when I later check the price of this, it's valued at 1.3 million. Can you believe it? I'm like, this planet is amazing. And then just a few steps further down, I stumble across those ancient data structures, which is always awesome to find because look at that. I find a drop pod coordinate, navigation data, more navigation data, more navigation data, more navigation data, and another drop pod coordinates. So literally in one place I found 2 drop pod coordinates, which are super awesome to find, and about 4 or 5 navigation data all at once after I just found 1.5 million and another 1.5 million. Then I go a little bit farther, really not that far at all, and I found another salvage container location. So I'm like, ooh, I mean, I just can't stop. This is awesome. I'm just gonna go until I get tired of it and see what I can get. And this is gonna be my biggest find yet. Check it out. Wait for it. Wait for it. Rare item, intricate gyroscope. 16, 19 years old. Whoa. Alright, we got it. So let's check the value of it. It will blow your mind. 2.4 million for that one thing I found in the dirt. Can you believe it? I literally had to stare at it for a while because I wasn't sure if I could trust my eyes. I never found anything that valuable in the 100 hours I played this game. I think this is probably the most valuable thing in the whole game that I have found, and maybe that even exists in the whole game. Let me know if you know that there's something higher value, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So I'm just standing here scanning around and I find another salvage container. And after digging myself through a hole up on this hill, I arrive at it. Looks like 2 balls, but it's actually just parts of it sticking out. So let's see what we find here. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! And we found another rare item, unusual radiator, about 612 years old. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. Not as expensive, but still $500,000. That is better than anything I found on any other planet in one single item. Isn't that incredible? So you can now probably understand while I was like, I have to build a base on this planet. This is not one of those planets that I just go check out, leave, and forget about. And then I'm like, wait, where was that planet again? I would never find this planet again. So it's basically a no-brainer to build a base here, even if I don't want to build a bunch of stuff here, but at least have a base. It could just be a very basic base, something that I can go back to with a quick jump. And look at that, as soon as I get past this little hill here, I see this freighter in the distance and I'm like, wow, this planet just has one surprise after another. It doesn't stop. There's so many treasures. And I'm like thinking, okay, maybe I should just kind of stop looking here. I see this big hill here and I'm like, I think I'm gonna build my base up on that hill, but I'm gonna have to go up there and check it out. And again, this is one of those hills where you cannot jump up. It's too high up. You can't get to it because it's like an overlapping hill. So I have to dig myself a hole through it just to actually get up there. And it's not even as easy as it looks like. It's pretty steep. So I finally make it up here and it's getting dark. And look at that. I can see the view I have. I can see really, really far. It's a rather one of the taller hills, and there's a lot of space up here. I can see the whole freighter from up here. I haven't even checked it out yet. I still have to do that. And it's just amazing. I can see where my ship is over there. It's about 16 minutes away, so it's rather far. It's not something I could just kind of quickly walk to. I'm probably gonna have to call it eventually, but I'm not so worried about my ship right now. I'm just so excited about building a base here. I am 100% certain that's what I want to do. I look around and what do I see? Another interesting thing, curious deposit. I don't even know what that is. I don't know if I've seen this before. I don't remember. But it is yellow, and so I'm thinking it must be something valuable. And then I realize it's actually on this hill. I don't even have to go down there. And when I realized that, I'm like, okay, there's no hurry. I don't have to go check this out quite yet. Because right now I'm kind of like thinking, where should I build my base? Look at how cool those balls look. I will definitely check them out. There's a lot of them. They're really big, so there better be something good inside. So now I'm looking for the best kind of location for the base. I know it's going to be up here, but where up here? This is so big up here. Could be like anywhere here. What is the best location here? Probably right about here. Yeah, you never really know what's the perfect spot for a base computer until you actually build your base, but you have to make a decision. So this is a really big place here, so I have a lot of room to build, and it doesn't have to be right here. So claim base, yay! This is mine now, no regrets whatsoever. I absolutely love this planet. Look how big my hill is here. You could really see it from the top. There's a lot of space for me to get crazy. And I want to do something different for each base, and this time I want to use some of those prefab rooms. I have never done this before, and I got almost all the blueprints for all those parts. So this is going to be really exciting. So there's so many parts. Some of them I can build, some of them I have to first gather materials, but eventually I am done. At least for a while. Look at this. Here's my little base. Nothing exciting, but it's got everything that you need, including the green bally creatures rolling around. I got my roamer base. My spaceship is all here on the landing pad. And I got the station. I actually got this light, which is like an anomaly which I found on another planet, on an actually crazy planet that I didn't want to spend too much time on because it creeped me out. I got like 3 batteries going, 3 solar panels. Each solar panel feeds 1 battery because I thought this base probably needs a bit more power than my Batman station, because this one actually has things inside that need power. I do not have an automatic door because I couldn't figure out how to make it work. I locked myself in, so I was like, nah, not gonna do it. I have my teleporter here. I got my health station, and it actually works, not like the one in the Batman base. And look at that, I got the greatest thing. I have a sales terminal in my base. I don't have to go to a place to sell my stuff anymore. I can sell my stuff at my house. And then of course, one of the most important thing, a storage container. This is actually the same storage container that I have at my other base, so all my stuff that I stored there is showing up here. I just wish this thing had more room. I really wonder if you can upgrade those, because as you can see, the box actually is a lot bigger than the 20 slots that you can see here, but I can only put 20 things in here, and that seems very little compared to the size of the container when you just look at it. But I have some of the rare stuff in this container, stuff that I don't want to sell right now, or not sure if I should sell because I'm not sure if I need it for crafting, or I just want to like hold on to it for like keepsake or something that, you know, I may want to look at it again, or it comes up later on that I need it, and so I'm always kind of afraid to sell stuff that I actually need. I did sell some stuff at the beginning of the game that I didn't know what it was, and it ended up being an upgrade for my ship, and I sold it because I didn't know what it was. And then when I found out I could just rip out all my hair, I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? I just sold that because it was worth a lot of money, so I sold it. And here you can see the 1.3 million I stuck in all my highest valuable things here. I got this acid, I keep that because it's for crafting, and so on and so forth. And I actually kept driving around more and more after I built my base, and I found more and more of those salvage containers. It just doesn't stop. It's incredible. I could literally explore the whole moon. It's not a planet, it's a moon, and probably find like billions and billions of unit worth of stuff. But of course I don't want to spend all my time on this planet. I want to continue exploring. But it is just nice to having found this planet, finally a planet that's stress-free, that is also beautiful and has so much to offer, and I can come back here at any time. And because this moon reminds me so much of like birthday parties or just birthday celebrations in general, I actually went ahead and named my base Birthday Cake. It sounds funny and silly, I know, but you know what? I will never wonder which base that is when I try to find out which base I should travel to. I will always know which base that is. And doesn't it also look a little bit like a birthday cake? Does it? Right? So by the way, those pink balls over here, I actually gathered them all, and they seem to have respawned, which is awesome. They actually have runaway mold in them, and that you can then put into refiner and make nanite clusters from, which are worth quite a bit. And since they keep respawning here, I guess I can just keep farming them over and over and over. Maybe that's just a glitch, we'll see. And I just love that I have this like look over this freighter. I also got all the stuff from those pods. I already got those, and it's still kind of cool that I have this view of this freighter. And then also down there I have this ancient piece that I already checked out. It seems like on every corner there is something on this planet. You literally don't even have to fly. You can just walk and just stumble across so much stuff. And then of course I got this space station right up there. So everything is so close and so convenient. The best planet yet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.